Hello and welcome back to Level Up Land. I realised that in the last couple episodes or so I started mumbling. I started, just the way I was talking, I just started to quieten down a bit, probably because I was concentrating, but after watching it back I realised just how it can be quite difficult to hear what I'm saying, so I'm going to try to remedy that and just generally be conscious of it. Anyway, so something I forgot to mention actually is if you look at the effects here, we've actually got all of them revealed. There's only one left that I haven't found yet, and if we look at our spells, we have almost all of them. There's 3 of them which I don't have. One of them, I think this one here, is one that I'm going to try to get now. So there's an enemy I want to fight, and then an enemy that I have a lot to say about it. It will give me plenty of jokers, it will give me some blast, and it will give me this other one as well. But first of all, we need to actually travel there. And with my 1223 shield, that should make it a lot easier. Actually, so yeah, just to recap, plenty of restores. Well, I probably won't use death for a while. I want to keep my escape. Siphon's going to help me outside of battle as well. Generate, drain, recover. That's also going to help me to heal in battle. That's going to be pretty good. But anyway, let's head off. So I'm going to go east here. I'm going to go to the cave with the scouters. Just because that's where I need to travel to. Now note I have 8 swamp walks. I will be crossing a couple swamps. I have 3 repels. Don't plan on using them yet. Repels are hard to come by because there's only 2 enemies that can give you repels. One of them is a skeleton, as you know, and skeletons don't stick around for too long, and there's another one as well that can give repels, which I might actually come across on my journey to this cave that I'm going to. But we'll have to see when we get there. So, go to this cave. This is the scout cave. Actually, let's throw in and explore. So, yeah, so there's 2 exits to this cave. There's one, well, aside from the one I've just come through, there's one at the bottom right that actually leads to a little bit of sand, a little beach where you can find plenty of scouters and some crabs, and there's one further up as well, and I want to go up this one here. Now where I am here is the opposite side of a swamp that I've shown before. Actually, let's throw in a swamp walk. So this bit here that you can see, this is the field. So the top left of here is the troll cave, and this grassy bit is the path that leads round to the bottom right cave, which I'm not going to yet. And there is, if you remember, this is the place that I went to fight those angels and the ninjas. So let's throw in another swamp walk. Right. Managed to survive quite a few hits from that swamp walk. Yeah, so there's 2 exits to this cave. There's one straight up. That's the area with the ninjas and the angels and the Pegasi. I don't know what the plural of Pegasus is. And there's an area up and to the right which has some interesting enemies that I should show, including wizards. I mean, wizards is just there in general, that's good to know. And in this cave we have a 20% chance of encountering a ninja, we have a 40% chance of encountering a knight, which I don't want to do, I'll just run away if I do encounter a knight, and a 40% chance of encountering this other enemy. So I'm just going to show you. There's the exit to the new area up there. Right. What's this going to be? Night. Okay. I just want to run. When's recover optimal? 2520. Okay, what I will chuck on the regenerate. Because I just don't want to fight this knight. I don't really want to use up my heals in the battle. I want to just run away. Don't make me use my escapes. Oh, no, no, no. Ah! Oh. Annoying. Right, let's try that again. Not going to stick around extracting from eagles. Not at this point. I just want to get to my destination and then work there. But thanks to the shield that I've got, I'm not going to get hurt by eagles at all. See? Shield is good. I do wonder how much shield you have to have before it becomes impossible for a wolf to hurt you. And I don't mean just if you keep attacking you'll kill it, I mean literally it's just, it can't get rid of your shield before it dies. I've come across quite a few enemies on the way here. If I encounter a knight I might just use an escape. Plus there's a chance that I'll find ninjas there, and ninjas can get me some more escapes should I need them. So let's have a look at this. So yeah, so ninjas are much more common in the area I was before with the angels. But I'm not necessarily interested in fighting angels just yet because, well, not now. I mean, they do give a lot of experience, don't they? But still, I'm not too bothered about the type of magic that it gives me at this point. Right, didn't encounter any enemies on there. Wait, what's this? A knight! No! Right, I just used an escape. Right, please not another knight. No! Not a knight, come on. Don't use up all my escapes. Ninja. Ah, that's alright, I can hopefully get some of those escapes back. Even if not, still getting a few things. I don't think I'm getting any escapes from this one. Oh, well, there's one, and there's another one. And there you go. It ran away. The timer, the length of time it takes to run away is random, but it is fixed once the battle starts. It's not like a constant random check. It's just a number is decided at the start of the battle between a range of between a range of two numbers, and then within that many frames, it will run. Let's throw on a heal. Right. Come on! Other thing. Yes! Clown. Right, now I'm going to pause this because I'm going to load up on my Game Maker thingamajiggy. As you can see, my taskbar there. Where am I? Let's have a look, see. And oh, I'm getting Steam notifications. Hold on one moment. Right, okay. I think it's just because I've got Game Maker Studio open that it's giving me those notifications. But yeah, I don't want them popping up during my stream. I don't even like having this taskbar visible on the stream, but that's just the way it is. And yeah, I do have my taskbar to the left. I know it's weird, but I think it's better. Especially on a horizontal screen like that. Unlike my other screen, which I've got vertically. So I'm using that to have a look at all my information. Anyway, let's get back to what I was looking at. So I'm gonna look for clown just to clarify that it does work the way that I think it does. Right. Yeah, so clowns are very good for spells. Now the theme of clowns is randomness. The amount of experience they give you. See, all enemies in this game, apart from the robot, the experience they give you is within a range. So it's within two, like there's a lower end and there's an upper end, and the amount of experience it gives you is between those two ends. And generally speaking, the more chaotic an enemy is, the higher randomness there is, the wider range that there is in the amount of experience that it gives. Clowns have by far the most. Their lowest end of experience is without question by far the lowest in the entire game. Of course, on average it's still pretty high, not as much as an angel, but still pretty high. It's just got a very wide range. Now when you enter a battle with a clown, it has two stats. It has a speed stat and it has a damage, like an attack stat, and both of those stats are randomly selected at the start of the fight. So you might come across a slow clown, you might come across like a fast clown, you might have a powerful one or a weak one. Ideally you want a slow and a weak clown, and you don't know what you're going to get until you start fighting it. When it attacks you, it does a very wide range of damage depending on what its attack power is. And let's just get back to the game here. Oh, hold on. Right. I want to analyse it, so I'm going to keep an eye on my health there. Oh, it seems pretty strong, this clown. I'm going to try and extract. I think this is a strong clown, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting jokers. But you might also notice, if you have a look at the enemy's health there, it's jumping around. Every so often, it will just randomise its health. Aha, and then we've got the new spell, Twist. I just blast it, yeah. Let's have a look at Twist. So, Twist is one of the best attacking spells in this game. And what it does is it takes off 10% of their current health. So if you're fighting an enemy with 1,000 health, use it once, it'll do 100 damage, leaving it at 900. Use another twist on 900, it'll do 90 damage, leaving it on 810. So that's how that works. Very effective if you come across a big enemy with a couple thousand health or something. I think that the strongest, the highest amount of health an enemy has in this game is about 3,000 and something. And Twist can do loads of damage. Like, in terms of pure numbers, at that high level, it does more than Blast's upper limit. Of course, the restricting factor is you have to use it at those times when its health is high. It will... I don't know if it'll ever be as strong as Death. I think it's always... I think it's... even at its strongest, it might be just slightly better than Death at most. I'm not sure. It's about the same as Death, but of course it's got the benefit of you can use it more than just once per battle. You don't have to wait till you whittle its health down so low in order to be able to use it. So that's Twist. It's a very good spell. I don't actually know if that enemy that I fought there, if that Joker was a fast clown, that clown was a fast or a powerful clown. It just sort of felt like it. So I'll try see if I can find another one. Probably gonna... No, well, it's a ninja. I was thinking I might end up coming across a knight. But yeah, so the clowns, they have a lot of spells to drop. They have one slot for a blast. How many slots do they have for jokers? They have 5 slots for jokers. They can give you a lot of jokers. Remember, each slot is 3%. They've got 2 slots for twist and 1 slot for death. 1 slot, remember, is 3% for an extract, or if you use a soul, 1 slot is 10%. So, stupid knight. Come on. No. 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 You know what? Just gonna fight it. Of course, remember with the knights, you want to make sure that your charge bar isn't too low. I feel like I'm wasting my spells, but I've run out of escapes. This hasn't been a very fruitful journey. Hasn't been very fruitful at all. I'm at that point where if something kills me, I'll just be like, fine, I can take the hit. Because it's not that big of a hit overall when you end up using all those escapes. Yeah, and that ninja is just like, nope, you can have 1 escape from me and that's it, I'm out. So come on, another clown. Right. Analyze it. How much damage is one going to do? Oh, that was a lot less. Please let that be symbolic. Oh, I think we've got a weak clown on our hands. I think we've got a weak clown. I like it. So the thing is with clowns, I mean there's a few things with clowns, but one thing to keep in mind is the way that they work with their health. Their health, just every so often, it will just jump around to another random number. It's basically like they're using Joker on themselves all the time. So as you can see there, 522. What's it going to be next? 466. But I'm getting a few jokers. I'm getting a lot of jokers. I think I'm going to utilise my recovers. You do play a risky game with clowns trying to use Joker whilst fighting them, because their attack range can be rather unpredictable, so you might think you're like a few hits away from death and you might just be 1. I've had it before. I can speak from experience. I've had it where I've had a long fight against a clown and then thinking, oh yeah, I can recover soon. Not recover, I can Joker soon. And then it just killed me. And I was fighting it for a good long time. But yeah, my goal in this fight is to get twists, jokers, blasts, and even deaths. You don't get many deaths, you get as many... Yeah, you don't get many deaths, but... Oh, it's nice. And when you do want to kill it, sometimes you just got to wait for that opportunity. You just have to keep an eye on its health and decide that you want to strike or blast it or whatever. Of course, a terrible spell to use against the clowns is Twist. Completely pointless. There's no point of using Twist against a clown because it depends on their health being high in order to be effective. But if their health is high, then that means they've got plenty of chance just to flip their health to something completely different. So I definitely would not recommend using Twist against a clown. I should also point out with Twist is that it doesn't work on an angel the first time you use it, because if you remember with an angel you have to get its health below 800, otherwise it will just keep fully healing itself. Let's keep an eye on recover actually. What do I need? 2576. Okay. Yeah. I could be fighting this clown for a while. This could be a long fight. Yeah, so... yeah, a Twist against an angel would only do 89 damage, which isn't enough. So, yeah, you've got very limited options to actually deliver that first hit on an angel. But I do want to take an opportunity with this particular clown. Like I said, it might be a long fight, for the very reason that it does seem to be very weak. 2576. But yeah, this is an example where having lots of shield isn't really that effective, because it is just one long fight. Yeah, so you get plenty of jokers, so that's good. Get a decent amount of twists, and it's twists and blasts that's going to be... I mean, all the spells you get from a clown is useful. It's just, you've got the challenge of trying to find a clown that's going to be advantageous, because of how weak or slow it is. I'm not sure if this is a slow clown, but it's definitely a lot weaker than the previous one. Yeah, so this isn't the only enemy with an array of different innate properties. I know of at least one other one. And what I mean by that is enemies will act in certain ways and do certain things based on certain conditions. But a clown, and one other that I can think of, they are the only enemies where something is determined early on in the fight, and then that changes the course of the battle. It changes what type of clown it is. You can have multiple types of clowns. Now yeah, you could say with the ninjas there's a set time of how long it takes to run away, but that doesn't change the nature of the fight at all. It's just, it is in effect a step-by-step random event, even if it isn't technically a step-by-step random event. If you get what I mean. Right, 2576. Now how long do I want to go with this fight? What I could do, I mean at the absolute most, I would go until my recovers are completely drained out. Which, I mean, that's going to take a long time. Do I really want to be in the fight that long? But yeah, look at all those jokers. This is definitely... Clown's definitely the best source of jokers in the game. Because it would be nice to have freezes as well. But yeah. Joker, twist, death. It's... I mean, I'm okay with jokers. Getting twist is going to be one of the main ones, I would say, that I'm after. And there's also the occasional blast as well. Doesn't happen very often, but you can get blasts. It's a 3% chance, same as death, 3%. Oh, I love this clown. It's a good clown. I'll tell you what though, I will have well over 100 jokers by the time that this fight is done. Tell you what as well, I've got quite a decent... I don't know why I'm hanging on recover, it's not going to happen for a while. It takes a while for it to attack me. I've got a decent range of spells as well. I mean, many spells I've got with the double digits. It's not like I've got loads of spells with 0. I've got a few spells with 0. Of the ones I have 0... Hold on. No, not Joker. Recover. Of the ones I have 0, copies are the only one that I would really like to have more of, but of course I use those up for my shield, for my enhancers. Which I will be doing again, by the way. Yeah, freezers I'm going to need to make my... I'm wanting to use freezers mostly to be safer with my jokers. Although depending on how much health I get, I might not need it. Because of course, if you've got a lot of health, then the average amount that Joker's going to send you to is going to be higher. Escape would be nice. But I'm also thinking with the Sentinels, it will get to a point, depending on how I get my shield, it will get to a point where just attacking them or using strikes maybe, or even blasts if I feel like it, is going to be more viable. So remember, shield is good, especially if you're going to be having a lot of fights, because that's lots of healing opportunities for the shield, which you will definitely have. Yeah, so I might just farm this clown for the rest of this session and then walk back and save. I've got plenty of recovers. It's well worth spending these recovers for all these spells. It's well worth it. I'm doing really good. I'm really happy with my progress. Now, one question you might be asking is, how long until I can kill a dragon? And the answer is, it's still quite a ways off. I'm going to definitely need more shield and more health in order to be able to take out the dragon, especially shield. Shield, I mean, I'll have to get to it when I get to it, but shield is a very powerful force, in particular against a dragon. The idea behind it, in terms of my goal for when I created this game, was that the shield is not a necessity. It's sort of not needed to get through most of the game, but when you get to the dragon, it is a lot more of a necessity. You can do it without raising your shield at all. If you have plenty of barriers, you can prevent the need for a high shield. But generally speaking, the shield is sort of, in a way, designed to be that end game, like this is the big enhance, is like one of the big end game spells. Like I said, I've called it an end game spell, and that is, even though I've discovered it before Twist, and I think even before like Death or Swamp Walk, which aren't as end game spells, I would say, categorically. But in terms of use and effectiveness, enhance, and also because its power scales with your enhanced inventory, it is something that I consider to be end game. And like I said, you can get it quite early. Like I have, relatively speaking, because I got my shield to 560 odd, not too, like, you know, not too far into the game, so I did make use of it. But that was a conscious decision to be able to go out of my way to use enhance at a suboptimal in terms of quantity, but to give me that boost for what I'm doing now. Besides, like, when you consider, it's one of those things to consider, like, you can, in theory, right at the start of the game, you've got 30 health, you've got 500 shield, you can just go straight to that cave, extract and enhance, run away and come back. You could once again go straight to the cave, extract and enhance and run away. Very unlikely, because you've got to deal with enemies that will come up. You'll likely come up against an eagle that will kill you at that stage, or a wolf that will kill you at that stage, and if you do encounter a sentinel, you've got to extract and enhance, which is rare, and then you've got to run, which is rare, and then you've got to make it back with all those issues that you had on the way there as well. So, and if you do that for one enhance, which increases, the one enhance will only increase your shield to 501. So it's very much a scaling thing. It is strategically better to leave it for at least a bit, and then when you get to the stage of what I've done, it starts getting a bit more questionable as to what is the best option for you. Maybe if I didn't get those enhancers and I focused on something else, and maybe left those enhancers a bit later, it could have worked out better for me in the long run. I don't quite know. And I think that's a good quality of the game. I like that. Anyway, I'm over 100 jokers now. 34 deaths. So what I could do is I could go and try and farm Krakens again. I'm just having a look here at the numbers, at the experience that you can get. In fact, there are some other enemies that can give a bit more. I might try that. Ah, there's an idea. I'm just looking at my thingy here. Look at the enemies that I can go and find. But yeah, for now I'm just going to stick with this clown because I've got it's a clown. It's just making an absolute fool of itself. Look, I've still got 26 recovers after all this time because it's so weak. I'm getting tons of jokers. I think I'm going to be pretty much set for jokers. Right, just having a look again at my notes here. Oh, did I say that Angel's the only one that has 2 slots for recover? Because there is another enemy. Ah, right, yeah, but you can't perpetually. I'll have to get into that. You can't perpetually fight that one. When you get, I'll explain that when I get to it. Yeah, I didn't actually go into the spells you can extract from a Kraken, mostly because it wasn't useful then, and it's really not that useful now to extract spells from a Kraken. But I will just say it has, again, slots. Remember, each slot is 3%, so it's got 2 slots for Strike, 1 for Blast, 2 for Restore, and 1 for Swamp Walk. So you can get Restores from Krakens and Swamp Walk. Ah, now there's an idea. Again, I'm just looking at my notes and just saying things. Right, 2, 5, 7, 6. I'll keep an eye on this. You think it's going to go faster, you know, you think, oh, I'm almost there, and then the charge bar just goes right up because it's such a weak clown. Yes, I've only got two more spells left to show. So let's talk briefly about my inspiration behind this game, because there was a few games that worked as an inspiration. Now, I think one that comes to most people's minds is Final Fantasy VIII, and the reason I say that is because of this extract system. You choose extract and you get spells from the enemy which you stockpile, similar to Final Fantasy VIII with its drawing, which honestly I think drawing in Final Fantasy VIII isn't as big of a deal as people make it out to be. I think, you know, it's sort of like a clutch for if you're not very good at the game. It's like a last resort type of deal, and something that you do at the start of the game just to get your first few spells. Difference between that and this is that you get far more spells by doing that than you do this, because you can get multiple of the same spell. You actually choose which spell you want to draw, and you can get like 7 or, depending on your stats, even like 11 or something. But here you only get 1 at a time, and you don't choose what you get. You just sort of get what you're given. And that is true, but one thing that really did inspire me, I would say, with this game is Final Fantasy VI, in a way that I think extracting the spells is... It's more, it reminds me more of like the espers in that game. So you equip an esper, and every spell in the game takes 100 AP to learn, and different espers have different multipliers to each of those different spells that you can get for them. So something like have a ×5 multiplier, or a ×10, or if it's a really powerful spell, it might just be a ×1 from a high-end enemy esper. And the whole thing of different spells at different rates, that is something that I can link with Level Up Land, in that every enemy sort of acts like an esper in that way, that you have not just a different range of spells, but different probabilities for the different spells. And in a way, I think it does sort of add an element of personality to the enemies, and the enemies have their own personalities in other ways, but I think that adds having that list and that table of extraction rates, it just sort of adds an element of personality to it. So with clowns, it's like, well, obviously if clowns would have Joker, that just makes sense. But then you think Death, like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Twist, yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Like, I think it's interesting, for example, how Sentinels have a very high extraction rate for repair. Even though repair's a weak spell, you can still get a lot of them because it's on theme. You wouldn't go to a Sentinel for repair, it's just on theme for what a Sentinel would be and what a Sentinel would do. There's two other games I would say were a big inspiration for this game. One of them was Azure Dreams. That is what it is as of time of recording, it is my favourite game of all time. And the reason I say that is because the enemies in this game, they can be weird. Like the way that the Kraken attacks you based on if you're next to water, and how the clown just randomizes its health, and there's still some more weirder ones coming up. And that is something with Azure Dreams did, where every familiar and every monster that you found sometimes just had its own little quirk, like just a random little thing that could do, or like an inherent ability that's just something that makes it unique. And that is something that I really took inspiration from. But I would say the other game I took a lot of inspiration from was the original Dragon Quest. So I played that in 2009, and I released this game in 2016. I mean, it was quite a distance off, I know, but still, it's one of those things where, like, the memory stuck in my mind. And one thing I really liked, one thing that stood out to me with Dragon Quest, was the return spell that sends you back to the castle, and just I mean, there aren't many spells in Dragon Quest 1. It's very limited, and some of them, like, there's no elements, but you have a spell like Hurt, which is just like an attacking spell, and then you have Hurt More, you have Heal and Heal More, and then you have things like Radiant, which illuminates the caves, and then you have Outside, which takes you outside of a cave, and Return, which sends you back to the castle, and you have to sort of manage your MP in that way. So it might be that you need some MP to get through this fight, but then you might not have enough MP to walk back to the castle. I think you can see the link there that I made. And just the fact that it's this open world in a sense, because I mean, like with Dragon Quest 1, you can, from the start of the game, you can travel to pretty much anywhere in the game from the start, but there's different strength enemies in different locations. And this game is just a big map that you can go through different areas. I mean, in terms of size, in terms of just direct amount of tiles, it's very small, all things considered. But in terms of finding different paths and routes and all that, I really like it. I think it's really good in that regards. And so yeah, and just the whole thing of like having that one save point at the central location that you keep going out from, I really enjoyed that. And also, I should point out, there is the swamps and the magic damage flaws that you can get equipment to negate the effects of. So they didn't really, the thing is with that game is that they didn't really have much in terms of like types of enemy, or in terms of like, I don't know, it's really, it's hard to describe. Like, there aren't many spells, and the enemies I don't think are all that distinct. A lot of it's just like attacking and healing. So I mean, there's probably some stuff there under the hood that I'm not entirely familiar with. So a lot of the combat is very basic, but they made good use of the tools that they had. So you still had variables in the sense of terrain damage, or your ability to teleport back to the castle. And I think the game is, I think it's a good game. I think all in all it's not that fantastic, but I think for what it was, for such an early concept and for such few ideas that the game could make use of, it made very good use of them, just with all those little variants. So, you know, and that's the thing, you add a variable to a game that gives you as a designer more freedom to find ways to alter those variables within the mechanics of the game. So, like, you know, just the distinction of being in a cave versus not being in a cave, it gives you leeway to create something that affects you depending on whether or not you're in a cave. And if you add like a status effect, it gives you as the designer room to create things that work in accordance to that status effect. Maybe it heals the status effect, or maybe it causes the status effect. You know, the more layers that you add, so say like elemental attacks. I said elements weird there. Elemental attacks. All that stuff. You've got more room to work with. Stuff. And so people do complain about like limits. I don't necessarily mean in terms of like how high that can go or anything like that. I just mean, like, say for example, if you've got a game with limited inventory space, that gives people would look at limited inventory space, and some people would see that as, well, it's limiting, it means I can carry less, so there's less things I can choose to do. Other people would look at that and think, well, now I've got to make a decision between what I can carry and what I can keep. From a designer's perspective, it allows you to work with more variables. So say if you've got 20 inventory slots total, and an item heals you by 100 health, and then you've got another item that heals you by 200 health. Well, the one that heals you by 200, you can't just say at that point that it's twice as effective as the one that heals you by 100. Now, in most cases, you wouldn't be able to say that anyway, because there's the distinction of you have to use the item in its entirety. So there might be situations where if you have, for example, a maximum of 140 health, then you won't be able to make the full use of that. But also with the limited inventory space, it means that the fact that that 200 health recovering one takes up as much space as the 100 health recovery one adds value to the 200 recovery one, because you've got more variables to work with now. Anyway, I've got over 200 jokers. That is gonna last me a while, and I'm not bothered that I mean, considering how many recovers, I'm not actually using that many recovers. My recovers are going down slow. I've been very lucky with this crown. But it's given me the opportunity to talk a bit more in depth, I suppose, about game design stuff. Oh, I missed the perfect opportunity. But I am going to end this session soon, long before I run out of recovers. I've got 230 jokers. Even twists, look! I've got nearly 100 twists. I started this battle with 0, and now I'm nearly 100. But blasts. See, 75 blasts. That's good. To make those jokers more useful, I'm going to have to get freezers. But I'm also thinking, if I want to increase my health, if I'm going to increase my health just by, you know, leveling up as you normally would, I'm probably not going to need them. At least I'm not going to be in dire need for them. And I've got enough shields now where I think to myself, you know what, I could probably just go to a place just to farm, just to kill enemy, like just to properly like grind for experience rather than hunting specifically for spells. How many deaths am I at? 55 deaths. I think if I do farm an angel, and if I get soul, which I will get souls from it if I do farm an angel, I won't use those souls on the angel, I'll save them for something else. But yeah, once I might recover one more time. I'm just looking at the timer here. I'm thinking once I recover, probably after I recover one more time, what I'll do then is I'll just extract, and I'll just keep an eye on its health, and then when it gets to a low amount, I might throw a few strikes its way. I wonder, can I get to 100 twists? 100 twists, that is very nice. Oh, this has been a very fruitful battle. But it's been good in the sense that by not needing to concentrate so much, I've been not mumbling as far as I can tell. Are you there, 100 twists? I've been not mumbling, and I've been able to just have a proper conversation and talk about general game stuff. I'm going to... No, I will go for a little bit longer. I'm just keeping an eye on the time there, but still, it's, gone from no twist to 102. Look at my chokers! Nearly 300 chokers, that is incredible. So I think my next aim is going to be to just kill enemies for the sake of health. Or I could try and get some swamp walks. Got a choice. Okay. Oh. No. I won't just yet. So keep an eye on that time. Yeah, it wasn't quite optimal, but that's okay. Imagine if I did go through all my recovers in this fight. But since this has been a very useful clown, it's been a very weak clown, so I've really not had to burn through my recovers. I've been very fortunate in that regard, and a lot of the spells I'm getting from it, I'm not going to need to hunt for a while. So that's good, innit? So I'm not going to have to worry about fighting clowns. But spells that I would like to have more of: escapes, definitely. Freeze, copy and enhance, and repel. Well, there's two enemies I can get repel from. Skeleton is one of them, and it would benefit me to have some swamp walks. Right, okay, I'm going to extract now. I'm going to keep an eye on I mean, I'm going to regenerate if my health gets low, which is not likely. Ah, there we go. Come on, kill it before I... No! Ah. Missed my opportunity. Might actually... Okay. Blast. Attack. Attack. Okay. I was thinking I could just throw a few strikes on it and get it killed, but it re-randomised its health before I got a chance to do anything like that. So, I didn't even pay any attention to how much health I gained. I wasn't looking at the screen at all. Warp. Right. Ah, good progress. Very good progress. Most of that was just one fight. But from that one fight, I managed to get nearly 300 jokers, over 100 twists. So that's going to be very useful against the big, strong enemies. Joker. I do want to increase my health just so that Joker is more powerful and less risky. Not bothered about recover. I mean, that's fine. I'm not bothered about it. Got quite a lot of blasts. That's nice. I am thinking I might use a lot of those blasts soon, but I'm also going to be using Twist as well for when I'm fighting for experience. Right. Okay. So I can either right, I think what I'm going to do is I think I am going to go and try to level up my health a bit. Don't have a goal in mind. I think I'm going to focus that on that next, and then I'm going to try and get some swamp walks and repels. Let's see how that goes. Because there is an enemy. There's a few enemies that I could have fought that so far that I haven't. That I will have to go through when I get to them. That's going to be interesting. So, yeah. Next order of business is to go and get some more health. So, save. Right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.